And we're live. Hey, villagers. How you doing, villagers? It's Ben and me today. I'm Arnie.
And I'm Ben.
Yeah. It is time for your daily dose of Disney. We've decided to just go ahead and do a real low-key one this afternoon after last night's live stream. It was pretty long, so we decided let's go ahead and just cover the details from not just today, but we're also going to cover some things from yesterday as well because, well, we didn't get to it. Yesterday was such a significant day with the Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary at Disneyland that we thought, let's go ahead and just cover what's left in the news and history from today and yesterday as well.
Sure.
So how are you doing today? Hope you're having a great Saturday. We have had quite a day. What did we do?
We had a very long family lunch. Not that eating took a long time, it's just that everyone was here. I arrived, oh my gosh, about 8 hours ago, 8 hours ago. And I'm already exhausted, and it's only about 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm ready to turn over and take a nap, but I had a hard time sleeping last night. Our power went out in the middle of the night, and I usually keep a fan on when it's warm in the evening, and I was so uncomfortable last night. It just got really warm in my room.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it was kind of a rough night for me as well. Doug had trouble sleeping as well, so looks like all three of us had trouble sleeping. So
I'm tired.
I'm sure that we will have a little bit more luck with sleep tonight.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be better. So, yeah, family party was fun. It was a lot of fun. Hi, Pam's fam. Thank you for joining. It's great to have you here. Okay. Well, we're going to start with some information that we have from yesterday. So we'll start with this day in Disney history, but we'll do it for yesterday, August 9th, first. And hello, Amanda, the Lucky Minute. Thank you for being here. It's a very low-key time today. So we'll start with the information of in 1899. Now that does sound like it's before Disney history, but it kind of is Disney history at this point. So what was it?
What?
What happened in August 9th, 1899?
You tell me. I wasn't there.
I wasn't there either. But it was the birth of P.L. Travers. Now, who is that? Well, if you're familiar with Mary Poppins, then you know who P.L. Travers is. She wrote the book Mary Poppins.
And she was portrayed by Emma Thompson in the movie Saving Mr. Banks.
Hi, Marianne. Thank you for being here. And of course, in that movie, Emma Thompson was rather stern. She really she nailed the character. Apparently,
yeah.
Apparently,
they had a lot of recordings of the reading session of the original screenplay, and she was not a happy person.
No, she wasn't happy with anything. Hello, Captain Akron. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. She was not a very happy person in general, I imagine, with her life. At least that's what it seemed like. But yeah, she was born on August 9th, 1899. So by the time Mary Poppins came around and they were discussing it, she was nearly 60. So she was already set in her ways, most definitely. And let's go forward to 1942, August 9th, 1942.
Yeah, it's the world premiere of Bambi in London.
Despite the fact that they had the World War II going on in England and all of Europe, they premiered Bambi in London. Kind of a major feat at that point.
Yep.
It didn't get to American theaters for a premiere until August 13th. So that was quite some, just a few days. But yeah, it premiered in London on August 9th.
Now we'll jump forward to 1955.
Yeah, this is a fun one.
Yeah, on August 9th, 1955. And again, we're doing August 9th and 10th because we focused so much on the Haunted Mansion yesterday. August 9th, 1955 was the opening of the Aunt Jemima Pancake House over in Frontierland.
So you're familiar with Aunt Jemima's pancake syrup and all that. They sponsored a restaurant at Disneyland for quite some time, about 15 years.
No, actually, it was 7 years, and then it turned into the Riverbell Terrace.
No, not quite. Not quite. According to the research that I had, it
Really?
was open until 1970, when they combined in the early 60s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, early 60s, they combined from being just Aunt Jemima Pancake House into the Aunt Jemima Kitchen. They absorbed a barbecue place that was next door. And so it became a more popular restaurant as they served breakfast and then lunch and dinner for barbecue. And then it closed in 1970, and they converted it into the Riverbell Terrace. I'm guessing that may have had something to do with maybe the end of a sponsorship from the Aunt Jemima Company, because that's usually what happened with name changes like that.
And then, of course, 1969 was the opening of the Haunted Mansion on August 9th.
If you didn't see our stream from last night of the Haunted Mansion anniversary, go check it out. We had some guests with us. The Yaya Chronicles, Dole Whip Dad, and Two Real Geeks joined us for a nice celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. We discussed a lot of details and a lot of memories, and also did some show and tell. It's a lot of fun. So what was next?
In 1989, Epcot had kind of like a landmark kind of erected on that day. In 1989, the Helix Tower in front of Wonders of Life was put into place before the actual pavilion opened in October.
So that was 2 months ahead of time.
Yep.
So people get an idea of what was happening in that pavilion. The
Yep.
Wonders of Life, sponsored by MetLife at that time, and then of course it took a while for them. Then they pulled their sponsorship, and then eventually the pavilion just closed. But
Yep.
I loved Wonders of Life when it was open. I don't know about anyone else, but I loved it. Amanda, thank you so much. She enjoyed the stream last night.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
We had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. What was it I had here? In 2004, they had a problem on August 9th at the Contemporary Resort. A water main broke on the 12th floor. So it was a soggy evening at the hotel.
Oh, poor people. Poor people.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I don't like getting water on the shower floor, let alone an entire water main breaking and flooding the entire floor. That's awful.
I know, it was awful. Just very bad. And then on this day in 2004, Donald Duck received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in Hollywood, California. So if you walk along this Hollywood Boulevard,
If you're unlucky enough to be in Hollywood.
true. If you walk along the street, on the sidewalk, there are stars every few feet. And they represent television, movies, recording industry, everything with entertainment.
Yeah.
Donald Duck received, at that time, there were over 2,200 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and he got one. And then in 2009, that was yet one more anniversary for the Haunted Mansion. It was a merchandise event, of course. They always have great merchandise events. Doug got some great stuff for some merchandise events, various things that he's attended. So it's been a lot of fun seeing some of the things that he's purchased over the years. But on this particular one, for the 40th anniversary, there was a family in Santa Clarita, California. They spent the night, and they got to sleep in the elevator, which is the stretching portrait room when you first walk in. They slept in that overnight. They won a contest on a radio station, a local station called KLOS.
I wouldn't want to sleep in there.
I don't know that I'd want to do that either. I can imagine thousands upon thousands of people walk through that room every day. Can you imagine what's on the floor in that place?
Oh, it's Disney, so it's probably cleaner than most floors, but still, is an elevator shaft?
Yeah, I don't know that I'd want to do that. Yeah, just, oh well. So what else do we have on our notes there?
In 2007, this was the date that Walt Disney World announced a name change from Disney MGM Studios to Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, they said that change would take place as of January 2008. But they made that announcement on August 9th, 2007, of the name change, and that was just because of the contractual agreements that were coming to an end
with MGM.
with MGM Studios. And then on this day in 2013, on August 9th, 2013, that is, the D23 Fan Expo started in Anaheim. I think was it the second one, I think? The second expo?
Third, I believe.
Yeah.
Would have been 2009, 2011.
That's right. It was the third expo. So this time it's going to be the sixth expo, I think. They do it every 2 years.
Yep.
So we're going to be seeing some nice things happening in a couple of weeks. Now, let's go to 2010. August 10th for today. Hi, Zachary. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Not actually, considering that August 9th had so much information, August 10th, I could not find very much information here. So we'll just touch on a couple things that I could find. One of the things was in 1955, there was a gentleman by the name of Chuck Abbott, and he started working at Disneyland as a ride operator for Autopia. For those of you that are not familiar with the name Autopia, the equivalent is the Tomorrowland Speedway in Magic Kingdom. But they've always used the name Autopia at Disneyland. In this case, Chuck Abbott started working, and he had to pay close attention because in those days, the Autopia had no rail down the middle of the path. So those cars could do anything, go anywhere.
Even pull a U-turn.
Yeah, it was a pretty dangerous place. So you had to constantly be looking in all directions to make sure that you weren't going to be hit by a car.
Oh, is Pam asking us if we're going to be going to D23?
Oh, are we going to get? Sorry, I missed that question. We are going to be in Disneyland during D23, but we did not purchase tickets for the expo itself. We decided not to go. That's just because of things that we've heard before and everything. And yeah, I would like to experience it at some point, but this year it just wasn't a thing that we're going to do. Is this going to be a legend? Yes, actually, Mike, that's what we're talking about right now. We are talking about a legend. So the name Chuck Abbott that I did mention ended up working for Disneyland for 36 years. And he
was a foreman for 36 years.
Yeah, he was a foreman for 36 years. But he started as an hourly employee, and it was a first for Disney Legends. In 2005, he was named as a Disney Legend. Chuck Abbott received the status of Disney Legend, and he was honored 2 years after his death. So it was a posthumous award. But it was a first for an hourly theme park cast member.
Hi, Mike.
Mike, thank you for being here.
Oh, by the way, Zachary, we will not be singing a Disney song on the live stream, primarily because they're copyrighted, and we don't want to be dinged for that kind of thing.
However, come Christmas, you might hear us sing a Christmas carol. That's a possibility. But we'll get to that.
We'll see.
Coming in October, November, and December. We'll discuss more about that at that point.
There really wasn't a whole lot left as far as news on this date in Disney history. It's kind of like one of those weird days where just about nothing happens. I mean, it's some random stuff that we've been researching happened, but it's not really worth discussing here.
People like some certain stars were born, or maybe some Disney star was a Disney Channel show did like their 7th episode or something like this on this day. So,
or some random thing with High School Musical.
Yeah, stuff like that. So it just doesn't make sense. Now, on this day, on 2010, Disney Channel did launch in Russia. So that was kind of interesting. But, that's not really a big deal for us as far as we've done this. They've also done things like during August, Disneyland always has their canoe races on the rivers of America. And I know just this last week, I saw, what's his name? He's the president of Disneyland Resort right now, Josh. I forget his last name offhand, but his first name is Josh. He posted an Instagram story.
Yeah, we'll say President Josh.
President Josh of the Disneyland Resort. He just posted a story about the canoe races, and there were several teams. They usually have about 12 teams that compete to see who can paddle the canoes the fastest on the rivers of America. They always do it before the opening of the park, so the general public doesn't get to see the races, but they have a lot of fun with it. We had a friend that did it. Louise did it.
I think Louise did do it.
Yeah, we had a friend that worked at Disneyland in the 90s, Louise, and she participated in the canoe races, and she told us it was a lot of fun. So we've known about the canoe races for quite a long time.
Yeah. But also on this day in 2012, the Lion King wing of the Disney's Art of Animation Resort opened in Walt Disney World.
So 7 years ago, Simba joined the other rooms, and that's pretty cool.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Oh, Kelly, the Mickey Bunch, thank you for being here. It's nice to have you here with us. Great. Not much else. There was something else that happened actually last year on this day. I had never heard of it because by this time last year, I'd already cut the cable, and so I wasn't watching Disney Channel at that point. But apparently, the research that we have shows that there was a musical that premiered on this day. Simba finally joined the Pride. True, Pam. Thank you so much. That's pretty funny. But on this day last year, 2018, there was a musical version of the movie Freaky Friday that premiered on Disney Channel.
Yep.
Now I'm going to have to go look for it because I've never even heard of the movie. So that means that there are 4 versions of that story that Disney has done. So Disney does like to redo their stories.
Yeah, many, many times over.
So that's really all we have for this particular stuff. We did see a news story that we found a little shocking, and we heard about it yesterday during our live stream. Apparently, there was a portion of the facade of the Matterhorn bobsleds, the actual Matterhorn, a piece of the plaster sheared off the mountain. That happened in early Thursday morning. No one was in the park at the time, no guests, that is. But so they cordoned it off, and only one track of the Matterhorn bobsleds was operating. The Matterhorn bobsleds is kind of like set up like Space Mountain at Magic Kingdom. There are 2 tracks. So there's a left side and a right side. I'm not sure which side it was that was closed, but one of the sides was closed, and they're going to be repairing the mountain as soon as possible. So as we hear more about that, we will report that information. But I have not heard anything else on it other than a portion was sheared off and that no one was hurt. So they are making those repairs. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I want to take a nap.
Yeah, I want to take a nap too. I'm kind of tired. However, no rest for us. We're going to have to keep moving forward. We've got some things around here. I've got to do some cleaning. We had our family party today here at the house, and so we were just wrapping things up here.
Got fuzz here?
Yeah, it looks like a little piece of fuzz.
You let me be on camera this whole time with the fuzz?
Yeah, well, I didn't really notice it. There it is.
Sorry.
So anyway, we are going to be calling it an evening here, and we've got to get some things done around here. We've got some errands to run, so we will be out and about after the stream, after we finish cleaning, and then we will be on our way. But everyone, thank you so much for joining us today for this Daily Dose of Disney. And I've been Arnie.
And I've been Ben.
With Pepper Tree Villa, this has been PTV3D. Now go out, have a magical evening, and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.